So most people online will hate me for saying this, guys, but profitable trading isn't what you think it is. And I want you to forget the Instagram highlight reel. Forget the Lambos, the beach lifestyle. The real thing is sacrifice, is discipline, is boredom. It's moments where your self-belief gets tested so hard you think about walking away. Now, I'm not here to sell you the dream. I want to give you the reality because I want to be your honest mentor, not your hype man. So today I'm going to be breaking down 5 truths about what being consistently profitable really looks like. And these aren't tips. These are hard lessons. And here's why they matter. If you can spot these in yourself, then you can fix them before they drain your account and your confidence. If you can adopt them, you will start trading from a place of stability instead of emotion. And if you ignore them, you will stay stuck in the same loop, chasing payouts, blowing accounts, wondering why nothing changes. And then by the end of this, you will either be more committed than ever, or you're going to realize that this game isn't for you. But either way, my friend, you will know the truth. Okay? Truth number one, sacrifice comes first. Guys, trading demands a price. And the first bill you pay is time. And here's the truth that most people can't swallow. You cannot have everything and still expect to win in this game. And that means that some nights you're going to be home when everyone else is out. That means your friends are binge watching Netflix until 2 a.m. while you're shutting down early. That means skipping random trips, endless scrolling, pointless conversations that drain your energy. And it's not because you're boring or antisocial. It's because you know exactly what those distractions cost you. Not just the hours that you waste, but the sharpness that you lose the next day. And in trading, every distraction costs you twice, once in the moment and once in the opportunity that you miss. But here's what makes it harder. Most people around you will not get it. Your mate will come and say, come on, wondering won't hurt. Your family going to tell you you work too hard, take a break. And if you're not careful, you're going to start listening. You will start justifying. Let me just watch one episode. Let me just stay out for a bit. And then, guys, before you know it, the focus that you've been building starts to leak away because the market doesn't care about your social life. It doesn't care about your excuses. It cares about one thing: how well you execute when it's time to perform. So the sooner you accept you're going to miss things, birthdays, weekend trips, the new show that everyone's talking about, the sooner you're going to build the discipline and focus that this game demands. Okay? Truth number two, it is closer to gambling than you think. And the truth is, most people can't handle that level of sacrifice because they still think trading is something it's not. And they think it's about just clicking buy or sell. They think it's a little side hustle. They think it's safe because it's on the charts instead of in the casino. But here's the reality. Trading is a lot closer to gambling than most traders want to admit. And if that sentence stings a bit, then it's probably because you felt it. Now, the brain doesn't care whether you're pulling a slot machine lever or you're clicking a buy and sell on gold. It fires the same dopamine rush. And that little hit of excitement, that jolt of this could be the one. And every time you take a trade that is outside of your plan and get rewarded for it, even just once, you train your brain to crave that feeling more than it craves discipline. And that's where the real damage begins. Because when the dopamine fades and the losses stack, you're left with something worse than an empty account. you're left with an empty self-confidence. You start judging yourself harder. You start thinking, how can I keep making the same mistakes after all of this time? You feel embarrassed telling your partners you've bought another prop firm challenge after promising them that you wouldn't blow the last one, right? You avoid conversations about trading with friends because you don't want to admit that you're still stuck in the same place. And that's the thing. The market isn't just taking your money. It's taking pieces of your identity if you let it. It's slowly turning you from someone who believed in their future into someone who's chasing the next hit just to feel alive again. And the chasing is the most dangerous part because once you're in that state, revenge trading, upping your lot sizes, taking half-baked setups, you're no longer trading to win. You're trading not to lose. And that's a game you will always lose. And the fastest way to lose your edge is to trade for redemption instead of results. So if you don't respect this game and put systems in place to protect yourself from those urges, you're not running a trading business. You're just a gambler with better graphics. Okay. Truth number three, treat it like a business or pay the price. Now, if you want to know the real difference between a trader who survives and a trader who disappears, is this. One treats it like a business and the other treats it like a hobby. And my friends, hobbies are expensive. A business has structure, it has systems, it has processes, it has budgets, it has reviews. If something loses money, it gets analyzed, it gets tweaked, it gets tested again before being put back into the market. There's accountability, there's a scoreboard. But most traders, they run their trading business like it's a side hustle. They can just wing on vibes. They skip straight from losing money to trying something new to losing again. No journaling, no post-trade reviews, no risk management plan. They don't know what their average win rate is. They don't know their hit rate. They don't know which setup pays them the most. And then they start to wonder why it feels like the markets are rigged. Now imagine running a coffee shop like that. Day one, you sell espresso. Week two, you have a slow couple of days. So you throw out the espresso machine and you buy a smoothie blender. Week three, you see something on Instagram or someone on Instagram selling smashed burgers. And then you start to think, that's the move. And then by the end of the month, you spent thousands, change your product three times, and you're broke. And it's not because the coffee wasn't profitable, but because you never stuck with it long enough to make it work. And that's how most people run their trading business. And here's the brutal truth. If you don't have systems, you are the system. And if you are the system, every bad mood, every distraction, every rush of FOMO is going to run your business straight into the ground. So when you treat it like a business, you realize the first year isn't about making money. It's about building a system that can make money over and over again without you blowing it up. It's about knowing exactly what you trade, when you trade it, how much you risk, and then protecting that process like it's oxygen. You test, you refine, you rinse, repeat, you tweak, you take the boring trades, you pass on the flashy ones, you log every single decision, win, lose, or break even, because that logbook is your financial statement. And most traders don't want to hear it because it's not exciting. It's not the Lamborghini lifestyle that we see on Instagram. But here's the reality. Your trades are not lottery tickets. They're business transactions, and every business transaction should have a reason, a record, and a result. And once you start treating every trade or every click or every trade like a boardroom decision where it has to meet a criteria before you approve it, your entire game changes. But because now it's not about chasing the one big win that changes everything. It's about building that machine that feeds you for years without burning you out. And that's where the sacrifices start paying you back in ways the gamblers will never see. The ones who treated it like a business, they're still here 5 years later. The ones who treated it like a hobby, they're still telling people how they used to trade. Okay. Truth number 4, the loneliness tax. Now, nobody tells you about this part, guys. When you start this journey, when you commit to trading seriously, you're stepping into a world where most people around you will have no idea what you are doing or why you are doing it. At first, you'll try to explain it. You'll show them the charts. You'll talk about the setups. You'll try to get them to see what you see. But then you'll watch their eyes glaze over. Or even worse, you're going to hear the doubt in their voices. You're still doing that trading thing. When are you going to get a real job? Didn't you lose money last time? And here's the thing, guys. Those words will stick. They're going to plant seeds of doubt. They're going to make you second guess your path. But this is the price of walking a road most people will never understand, because in their world, you're supposed to work for 40 years, save, hope that you have enough money at the end. But in your world, you're trying to build financial freedom in a decade or less. And that gap in mindsets creates distance. So you're going to miss nights out because you've got the London Open in the morning. You'll turn down last minute plans because you've got your pre-market prep. And slowly, you're going to find yourself in this bubble where the only people who truly get it are other traders or entrepreneurs, because it can be isolating. And if you're not ready for that, you're going to keep getting pulled back into the noise, the opinions, the distractions that are going to make you question yourself. So here's the truth. The loneliness isn't a sign that you're on the wrong path. It's a sign that you're separating yourself from the herd. And most traders want freedom until they realize freedom isn't lonely at first. So you have to build a fortress around your mind. Stay connected to the right people and those on the same mission. And you've got to protect your energy from everyone else that doesn't understand you. Because if you let the wrong voices get in your head, you'll trade for their approval instead of your future. Okay? Truth number 5, the grind before the glory. Now, here's what nobody likes to admit about profitable trading. Before you ever see freedom or the freedom part, there's a long stretch that just feels like work. It's not exciting. It's not Instagram worthy. It is just grind. You're going to spend weeks, even months, testing small adjustments. You're going to collect screenshots, tweak entries, track win rates, note your emotional state. You're going to watch yourself make the same mistakes 3 times in a week and want to throw the laptop out the window. And here's the kicker. In this stage, you're probably not even making much money. But what you are doing is you're building a machine that will eventually print. But right now, you're still tightening the bolts. And this is where 90% of traders quit. Not because they can't win, but because they can't handle winning slowly. And it's the same reason people buy a treadmill in January and it's collecting dust by March. They want the beach body in 2 weeks and not the lifestyle changeover in 12 months. And trading will pay you whatever you want, but only after it's tested that you're willing to work for free first. And in that grind, your job is to make the process the reward, to treat every clean setup you pass on as a win, to treat every journaled entry as proof that you're sharpening the blade, to fall in love with the boring, because that's the part that compounds into the results that you're chasing. And if you can outlast the grind, then the glory is inevitable. But if you keep looking for shortcuts, you'll keep starting over. Okay? So the truth about profitable trading is not as glamorous as some of you think it is. But let's put it all together. Profitable trading is not a hack. It's not a lucky streak. It's not some secret strategy hiding in a YouTube video that you just haven't found yet. It's a lifestyle. It's sacrificing more than you thought that you'd have to. It's walking away from the flashing lights of gambling and building a system that you can trust with your future. It's treating this like a business, tracking numbers, refining the process, taking the emotional out of the decision making. It's accepting the loneliness that comes when people around you just don't get it. Staying the course no matter what. And it's grinding through the boring, unsexy part until the market finally starts to reward you. And here's the part that most traders didn't want to hear. You will not rise to the level of your goals. You will fall to the level of your habits. And if your habits are sloppy, inconsistent, emotional, no payout is going to save you. But if your habits are disciplined, repeatable, and rooted in a belief system that you've tested in the fire, then there's nothing the market can throw at you that you can't handle. So ask yourself right now, are you here to chase the next win, or are you here to become the trader who doesn't need to? Because the trader who makes it, they don't just show up when it's fun. They show up when it's boring. They show up when it's lonely. They show up when nobody's clapping. They've already accepted the sacrifice, and that's why they get the reward. The market is patient. It will wait you out. But the question is, will you wait for it? If you enjoy this video, guys, do me a big favor. Hit the like button, subscribe, turn on notifications. And as I always say, continue to trust the process.